If you wake up hungry and if you want to eat breakfast, that's a good sign because that means that your metabolism is fast enough. If you have a slow metabolism, you would not feel hungry when you wake up. In Japan, they say if you can maintain your high school weight throughout your life, you reduce the risk of a lot of lifestyle disease. Currently, I weigh the same as I did in high school. Not only do I want to share my experience, what I've learned growing up in Japan when it comes to metabolism and staying fit, but I also want to emphasize on the fact that if you're fit and if you are, using your body as a self-healing machine, you're doing yourself like the biggest favor you can ever do and your family. So with that being said, let's get right into this video. The number one thing is know your goal, right? Make every day so special for yourself that you need to be fit because you need to show up as your best self every day, every month of the year. The first tip is that, don't just prepare for the summer. But just prepare for your life. Prepare for your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So tip number 2 is getting to the root cause of the metabolism of why you're not able to shed the weight or why are you gaining those extra few pounds, what's going on. And once we dig deep, we're gonna find answers. Body positivity is like very encouraged in the US and like in social media. I totally agree. We should all love different types of bodies, but at the same time, if you hold way too much weight than your body needs, then what would happen is slowly you're gonna start to have those lifestyle diseases, such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, heart disease, and all these different types of disease. And a lot of the disease we can combat by just taking a few actions. Metabolism is a simple process of body turning food into energy, even while we sleep. Depending on your gender, age, muscle mass, and your genetics, like your metabolism rate is different. Some people have fast metabolism, some have slow. And there are ways that you can boost your metabolism, and that's what I'm gonna be sharing in this video. Easiest thing that I've been doing right now has not only helped me with my metabolism, but also with my circadian rhythm. What I do is the 30-30-30 method. And what it means is, within 30 minutes of waking, you eat 30 grams of protein of any sort. You can have like a protein shake or like a breakfast with, good fats and things like that. And then followed by 30 minutes of movement. And how I've incorporated this in my routine is basically within 30 minutes, I eat my breakfast, which makes me so excited because I usually wake up hungry, which is another good sign. If you wake up hungry and if you want to eat breakfast, that's a good sign because that means that your metabolism is fast enough. If you have a slow metabolism, you would not feel hungry when you wake up. So that's definitely a good sign. So yeah, I wake up hungry, so it's it's a kind of like a treat for me. So basically, yeah, like within 30 minutes of waking, you take 30 grams of protein and then you go out for a walk. Or do some sort of movement, whatever you like, right? So I live by the beach, so I just go outside by the beach and I just do like a few rounds of walking. I always make sure to have like a hat with, a lot of sunscreen. And I also bring my diary and I would just, journal after my workout session. I would just sit down and journal. And then I usually have like a book that would put me in a really good mood, and I would just like meditate for like maybe 10 minutes and then I'm good for the day. I've already planned while I journal. I also plan my day. It's just amazing. And not only has it helped me feel fit, but also I know exactly what I'm doing during the day because I plan in the morning. And so yeah, 30-30-30, I've heard really good things about it, even with all the other girls, because it's just so effortless, right? Like, first of all, you get to eat, right? As girls, the last phase of our cycle, like we just want to eat food, right? There's so many different ways that PMS presents. And for me, like I just get hunger, and that's okay. We should nourish our body. So I've been really finding this very easy to follow. So yeah, like I hope you guys give this a try. Number 4 is drinking a lot of water. If you like to have coffee in the morning or like, in the afternoon, like put more extra water in it, you know, and just make everything about water. Not only does water like help you feel hydrated, but also it would keep the hunger at bay. I didn't know I was not drinking enough water until I saw my health coach, and the first question she asked in her questionnaire was like, how much water are you drinking? And I was like, oh, like I'm not drinking that much water. Of course I get so hungry, you know, all the time. So drinking water is good for like everything, right? So drinking water and like finding ways to like water. So what I do is like, you know, yes, I would drink water here and there, but like I like to drink teas. I just make myself like a big bottle of iced tea, and it's just like therapeutic too, because you put a lot of ice in it, then you like make the tea and then you put it in there and you're so excited to like, you know, like sip it throughout the day. And that's what the Japanese do as well. In schools, everyone had like tea in their water bottles, even as kids. Like nobody brought like just simple water in their bottles. Number 5 is having 2 eating routines. So if you're a woman, if you have noticed like in our beginning of our cycle, we're not that hungry. And then the last 2 weeks, like we're really hungry, right? And I feel like having and allowing yourself to eat more, whatever you crave in moderation in the last part of your cycle is the game-changing part. This has been actually proven in a book called Fast Like a Girl that I haven't gotten a chance to read. What the book really talks about is like how we should really change our diet according to our cycle. So when we're in like our beginning of our cycle, we could do like a fast in a different way. And then as we're headed towards like the end of our cycle, we, you know, don't fast as much as, you know, we did in the earlier cycle. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. If you want to take a look and read it for yourself, go for it. But then basically what I do is like I just eat intuitively and not feel guilty about it. If I want to have a sandwich with like a lot of mayo and, you know, ketchup and so many good yummy things, I totally make that for myself guilt-free in the end of my cycle. So really eating intuitively and allowing yourself to have different kinds of eating habits for the first half of your cycle and the last part of your cycle. So that, and then if you want to eat chocolate, go for it. Just like have it in moderation. Number 6 is, so being outside. I can almost guarantee you that you have some sort of hobby that could bring you outside of your home. I know, like, you know, these days we're working from home, we're like doing everything from home, everything is remote, but like I just found this beauty in going outside and doing something, picking up hobbies like, you know, tennis, paddle. You can do badminton, you can do horse riding. Like who said that, you know, you can't do these things after a certain age? You can, you know, pick up swimming, making your activities outdoors and hanging out with friends outdoors. Oh, do you want to go and play this? Or do you want to go play basketball? Oh, do you want to do this? Like every one of us, even as women, we have like that inner child that we can, you know, play outside. When you play outside, you stay youthful. This is what I've noticed with people who like to be outside. You just stay youthful. Every evening, all of the neighbors hang out by the beach. This one friend, she always brings her daughter in like swimming clothes, and she's, you know, they're always swimming. Like it's like a water family, like beautiful mermaid kind of thing. And she's so youthful, you know, like she doesn't look her age, even though she's very young. Really inspiring. So, which actually leads me to another point here, keeping good company, right? Like this is very true when they say that be careful who you really hang out with, because that's where you're going to end up being. So if you don't like a few friends, that what they're doing, are they doing weird things that you totally don't agree, but you think you don't have a choice, you actually do have a choice to make for yourself, for your future kids. If you want to be more sporty, hang out with like sporty girls. Number 7 is a big no-no, is drinking sugar. Drinking your sugar is like such a waste of calories and like that sugar boost that you can use maybe for like an ice cream or like a yummy dessert, right? Why would you want to drink like a big cup of Starbucks filled with sugar? And basically the Starbucks cup, it screams like disease. These frappuccinos and, you know, mochachinos and whatever. And here and there is totally fine. Everything in moderation is, you know, my motto. But You can eat ice cream, you can eat all kinds of desserts that you desire, but please stop drinking your sugar. Like, sugar does not do any good to the body. And instead of that, we can eat so many different fruits that would provide us with like different kinds of vitamins and also fiber and so many things. So sugar itself is not bad, but in what form are you consuming? If you're consuming in dessert, you know, like a good ice cream or like a French toast and this and that, then at least you're getting like that pleasure. And you know, it's, I mean, of course, if you're getting pleasure in like drinking your sugar, go ahead and do it in moderation. I would say avoid it if you're trying to boost your metabolism, unless you're like a teenager. You know, if you're like a 16-year-old girl or a boy, then you can do whatever you want and your body's gonna handle it for you because you're so young, your metabolism is through the roof. But right now, when I'm at 28 and I have 2 kids, so for me, what I've noticed is like, you know, you really got to watch how you're consuming different kinds of things. If I'm in my luteal phase and I want to have like a nice like cappuccino with sugar, like I would totally do that. Eat sweets after a meal. So, you know, your sugars are kind of coated with like the fiber, the fat, and the protein. So you're not gonna get that like really instant spike, gradual spike, and then a gradual like decrease. In the morning, your body is like so hungry. It did all the work, you know, to keep you alive throughout the night. Then why would we want to just give it like fake sugar? If I ever eat like a sweet breakfast, I always end up having like the worst day because my sugar levels are like this. I'm constantly hungry and like not satisfied. Number 8 is looking at your body. Like, you know, when they say like your body is a temple, it's really true because your body is the longest relationship you'll ever have. From the moment you're alive to the moment you're gonna die, you can't really leave your body. Personally, like I would want to give the best I can to this body, you know? And never really think if something is expensive, like, you know, organic food or even like, you know, fruits or something like this, or like, you know, some supplements that I might need or like protein shake, you know, I look at it as an investment. And even workout classes, right? Like the Pilates, for example, these Pilates classes can cost you like $40 just for like a group class in some places. And even then, it's just an investment because I'd rather spend money here than, you know, getting older and spending money on medicine. And of course, like, you know, everyone's gonna get older and you never know sometimes with genetics, even with like all the practice that you did, even then you end up having disease, but in a much less form compared to if you didn't take care of your body. So looking at like investing in your body as your biggest asset, and then also doing like self-care. So, you know, like having a routine of like, you know, like warm showers every night, or like if you have a bathtub, then having like a bath soaking routine, maybe with like Epsom salt. That kind of relaxes your muscles and kind of relaxes your mind as well. So doing these things that tells your body that you're thankful. And you know, everyone, including your body, wants to know that you're really thankful for doing so many things, you know, and being grateful always goes a long way. So definitely, you know, show love and show gratitude to your body in the way that you can. We're gonna eat right, we're gonna move right, we're gonna be thankful to our body. We're not in it for like just that summer. We're gonna do it for like the longest time. So if you like this video, you might enjoy my previous video about metabolism, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.